Or maybe it's just firefighting practice, who knows. This is on the top floor of a double-decker bus. I've never been on a double-decker bus before. So there it is. This is the Admiral's cabin. This is the Duke's suite.
The Kelpies. Two amazing stainless steel structures over 100 feet high. Lochleven Castle. This is where Mary, Queen of Scots, was held prisoner. She escaped from here, never to return to Scotland. This is the Glasson Tower, where Mary, Queen of Scots, was first bought when she was brought here to the castle. She didn't like her accommodation here, so she was then taken over to the main part of the castle, to the tower. Hard to imagine that she was imprisoned there and gave birth to her son there.
Tank of oil, air pressure, linked all the way up to the light which is up there in the centre.
That's so cool.
Lens above you, a major part of lighthouse history. The smallest to largest lens built in the world is how far away the light is from the prisms of glass, local distance. So for instance, lampshade at home, old-fashioned lampshade, light to lens, very short distance, just says 8th order, and you go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To come back, Jeremy. Stand. More or less.
The handle goes on to the spindle just there. Engage the clutch. Largest lens built in the world for a light. It weighs nearly 4 tons. Also an example of a Fresnel lens, or Fresnel lens, of famous French brothers. Give an example of how rare this is. The hyper-radial lens above you, despite there being some 206 lighthouses today, there was only ever 9 of these. That was one of those times you really get back a bit later and wind it up again. Well, something's gone wrong still, yes. Yeah. If you miss the clock, the ring comes up, it's going to push your rod through, hit the bell in the centre there. Maybe it would reduce its name.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Mum.
Like the older 50
Just think
it would reduce its name.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Mum.
Like the older 50
Just think that you're not in Sydney. Fine. You know, the batteries would be nice and warm, but the trouble is, you know,
Charles will eventually land on the very northwest of Scotland. He lands in the islands of Arisaig first, and then he eventually comes over to a place called Glenfinnan. It's not looking very promising at this point. However, shortly after he puts his standard up, 1,500 will come and join him. So when we're here, if you look along here, these red flags here, well, this is where the front line of the government forces would be. Actually, if you can imagine, there's going to be another couple of red flags going into those trees there. In the distance, you will see white flag poles, and there are some blue flags that are just hanging still at the moment. That's the Jacobite line. About midday, the Jacobites will send over the first cannon shot. That's a signal then for the government artillery to send off half an hour barrage, artillery barrage, and it is intense. They have spent their time well in Aberdeen. Each cannon can be loaded, discharged and reloaded in 40 seconds. Now, although the Jacobites have a similar amount of artillery, they've not had a chance to practice with it. And it will take them about 4 minutes to do the same job.
This battle would have been fought through vegetation like that. This wasn't then, and it still isn't, open ground.
So what's going to happen after the battle? Well, Cumberland has to make sure that the uprising is well and truly over. What he's going to do, he's going to have this field sealed for 3 days after the battle. This means nobody is allowed on and nobody is allowed off. These 3 days will give them time for the army to move through and bayonet any survivors out there. After 3 days, their field is open and the army is sent down into Inverness. They march anybody they can find up the hill. They will come up and then they're told to deal with the dead. Well, there's 1,500 out there. The only thing they can do is gather the bodies together and bury them in mass graves. And around us, you'll see there are these grassy mounds. And then they're just left. Because nobody's going to put up a massive tribute to the Jacobite dead. These are traitors. You've got the government breathing down your neck. It's not going to happen. We're going to roll on 130 years or so to 1881. In 1881, Duncan Forbes is a man who owned the land in this area, Culloden House, as I mentioned before. Why isn't there a memorial? We have people, we have tourists coming and visiting us. So he has this cairn built, and he also has these grave markers put in place. This does not mark who is in what grave. These are just grave markers that show what clans fought here and marks the graves. But they have become a place of pilgrimage for people from all over the world to come and have a moment where their ancestors find their family stone around here. Where I'm standing here, all these stones standing proud, there are about 1,500 of them. Then we have a flat space where that group is just there. Then there are 50. You can imagine what each one represents. Every one of those is somebody's son, somebody's story, somebody's family whose life was changed.
This is a casemate for a swivel gun, and this would be its field of fire, that kind of gun.
So our first bit of scenery in the UK. There's a hill there and some water over there. Dunrobin Castle. So we're sitting at John O'Groat's in the car
At the lighthouse.
And filming this, redoing the audio for this in the car because outside it's blowing about 50 knots and it would rip the hair off a dog.
Looking down the coast towards Wick. And now looking out at the sea. This is coming into Scrabster, where we're going to get the ferry across to the Orkneys. And look what a beautiful day it is. Okay.
Okay, we're heading to the Orkneys.
Yes, we're on the Northlink ferry and looking forward to it.
It is very cold.
It is. It's supposed to be a maximum of 7 degrees. My lips are frozen.
My face is frozen. I can't speak.
No.
On the North Sea. It's moving around.
The standing stones of Stoness on the Orkney Islands. The oldest standing stones in the world, I think, over 3000 BC. Wow. And I assume that's not 5,000-year-old graffiti.
No, that graffiti is from the 1800s.
Oh, okay.
If you have a look there. So, but yeah, there's graffiti from and some.
This is the flow country in northern Scotland. These are the peak bogs bogs. The whole area is protected and is hopefully going to be a UNESCO site soon. This is where we've stopped for lunch. And there's our little chariot, the Dacia. Walking on the beach at Betty Hill on the NC 500 in Scotland.
Turn right.
Here. You watch us meet a semi coming up here. This is where they say, you know, you'd have to reliably back up for a couple hundred meters. Where is she taking
Oh,
us?
she's taking us on a dog leg. Because now we're going to meet up
With the road that we were on.
with the main road.
Oh, bloody hell. Some sort of. Did you get all that on video?
Yeah.
And I might try and get the drone up there because there's some really nice cliffs.
It's just pulling behind that or over here.
I'll just pull in here. You can pull straight up.
Welcome to Dunnes.
Yes.
Already here. This is the inlet leading into a big cave system, Smoo Cave, near Dunnes. That's it then. And sheep on the road here. Stop, stop, stop.
Turn left. Then, you will arrive at your destination.
This is at Urquhart Castle
On Loch Ness.
on Loch Ness. The lake you see in the back is Loch Ness, and it is freezing cold. They're freezing our little noses off.
Yeah, for sure. This is another one of the locks, closing, ready to take those two boats up. And that's the top of the lock. So these two are in there ready. That's the control panel for one of the locks. And here I am back at this other lock where the boat is coming through now. Nevis down here.
Okay.
Jump from where? Jump. 1, 2, 3, start.
Probably doing this to build up a big head of steam.
Possibly. It's got a diesel loco on there as well.
And I'm getting the video. Oh, puff, puff.
brilliant was that?
We did it. This is Neptune's stairs, the Caledonian Canal system. And it's a series of locks moving the boats up. This is Glencoe. It is spectacular, absolutely.
Amazing. Oh wow, look at the cutting here.
Yep, I've got that on video.
Good.
Well, if there's something specky around here, we'll get it on a reveal. Something a bit like that.
Yeah. That's the loop in the river where the battle was fought. And the bridge came across that river on the loop there. This is the site of the Lockerbie, which is one of the sites of the Lockerbie crash. These houses along here were devastated. This is the site where the center section of the fuselage and the wings came down. It dug a massive grate crater in the ground, which has now been replaced with this beautiful garden. If you're enjoying our videos, please subscribe to our channel. It's totally free, and if you click on the bell icon, you'll get notified when we post a new video. Thanks for taking the time to watch our videos, and we hope you'll return soon.